I'm no Jedi, but are you really supposed to be using the Force for things like this? Why did you do that? Sometimes I just can't understand how you can be so cruel. That was totally uncalled for. With all the violence and bloodshed we've seen, it's kind of nice to help someone for a change.
This is Carth Onasi on your personal communicator. I'm tracking your position through the Endar Spire's life support systems. This is Carth Onasi. You're the last Republic survivor on the Endar Spire. I'm tracking your position through the ship's life support systems. You have to get off the ship. Bastila's escape pod is away. You're the last surviving crew member on the Endar Spire. Now, I can't wait for you much longer. You have to get to the escape pods. But be careful. There's a Sith patrol just down the corridor. Use your stealth skill to sneak past him. First, make sure you have a stealth field generator equipped on your belt. You can't use your stealth skill without one. Be careful. There's a whole squad of Sith troopers on the other side of that door. You need to find some way to thin their numbers. You could reprogram the damaged assault droid to help you, if you have enough repair parts. Or you could use computer spikes to slice into the terminal and use the Endar Spire's security systems against the Sith.
You've made it just in time. There's only one active escape pod left. Come on, we can hide out on the planet below. I'm a soldier with the Republic, like you. And we're the last 2 crew members left on the Endar Spire. Bastila's escape pod's already gone, so there's no reason for us to stick around here and get shot by the Sith. Now, come on. There'll be time for questions later.
Then use the D-pad to cycle through your action menu and press the A button when you see stealth highlighted. The generator will wrap you in a cloaking effect so you can sneak past the Sith. Just be careful you don't get too close, or he might notice someone's there.
We're hit! Damage is critical. The Hawk won't hold. Whoa, hold on. Don't try and get up yet. You were smashed up pretty bad when we crash-landed here on Taris. Don't worry, we should be safe here in this apartment. I gave you something to help you sleep. Just get some rest and let the Kolto packs do their job. Good to see you up instead of thrashing about in your sleep. You must have been having one hell of a nightmare. I was wondering if you were ever going to wake up. I'm Carth, one of the Republic soldiers from the Endar Spire. I was with you in the escape pod. Do you remember? Well, you've been slipping in and out of consciousness for a couple of days now, so I imagine you're pretty confused about things, but try not to worry. We're safe. At least for the moment. We're in an abandoned apartment on the planet of Taris. You were banged up pretty bad when our escape pod crashed, but luckily I wasn't seriously hurt. I was able to drag you away from our crash site and all the confusion, and I stumbled into this abandoned apartment. By the time the Sith arrived on the scene, we were long gone. You don't have to thank me. I've never abandoned anyone on a mission, and I'm not about to start now. Besides, I'm going to need your help. Taris is under Sith control. Their fleet is orbiting the planet. They've declared martial law, and they've imposed a planet-wide quarantine. But I've been in worse spots. I saw on your service records that you understand a remarkable number of alien languages. That's pretty rare in a raw recruit, but it should come in handy while we're stranded on a foreign world. There is no way the Republic will be able to get anyone through the Sith blockade to help us. If we're going to find Bastila and get off this planet, we can't rely on anybody but ourselves. That smack to your head did more damage than I thought. Bastila's a Jedi. She was with the strike team that killed Darth Revan, Malak's Sith master. Bastila's the key to the whole Republic war effort. The Sith must have found out that she was on the Endar Spire and set an ambush for us in this system. I believe Bastila was on one of the escape pods that crashed down here in Taris. For the sake of the Republic war effort, we have to try and find her. Bastila is no ordinary Jedi. She has a rare gift the Jedi call battle meditation. Bastila's power can influence entire armies. Through the Force, Bastila can inspire her allies with confidence and make her enemies lose their will to fight. Often that's all it takes to tip the balance in a battle. Of course, there are limits to what she can do, but from what I understand of her ability, it requires great concentration and focus to maintain her battle meditation. The attack on the Endar Spire happened so fast she never had a chance to use her battle meditation. Like us, she barely got out alive. Bastila's gonna need our help. Many of Darth Malak's followers can use the dark side of the Force, and the Sith have already killed more than their share of Jedi in this war. Nobody will be looking for a couple of common soldiers like us, and if we're careful, we can move about the planet without attracting notice, a luxury Bastila won't have. She's going to have half the Sith fleet looking for her. They know how important she is to the war effort. Bastila's going to need our help. Many of Darth Malak's followers have mastered the dark side of the Force, and the Sith have already killed more than their share of Jedi in this war. I doubt anyone's specifically looking for us anymore. We're not that important. But if we're careful, we can move about the planet without attracting notice, a luxury Bastila won't have. She's gonna have half the Sith fleet looking for her. They know how vital she is to the war effort. Bastila no ordinary Jedi. She has a rare gift the Jedi call battle meditation. Bastila's power can influence entire armies. Through the Force, Bastila can inspire her allies with confidence and make her enemies lose their will to fight, and often that's all it takes to tip the balance in a battle. But there are limits to what she can do. From what I understand of her ability, it requires great concentration and focus to maintain her battle meditation. The attack on the Endar Spire happened so fast, she probably never even had a chance to use her power. I'm guessing she barely got out alive, and now she's trapped here just as we are. The whole planet is under quarantine. No ships can land or take off. So if Bastila's going to escape Taris, she's going to need our help, and we'll probably need hers. While you were out, I did some scouting around. There are reports of a couple of escape pods crashing down into the Undercity. It's probably a good place to start. But the Undercity's a dangerous place. We don't want to go there unprepared, and it won't do Bastila any good if we go and get ourselves killed. Taris is a pretty big place. Luckily, I found an old swoop droid to help us get around. I've got him sitting by the apartment door. Do you know how a swoop droid works? Swoop droids are autopiloted land speeders. Through remote signals, we can have them fly in to pick us up or drop us off at a location in a fraction of the time it would take to walk there. The swoop can only operate in large, open locations. It can't take us down into the Undercity or inside a shop, but it can take us to a central location in the upper or lower city. You can signal the swoop from the map screen of your datapad. It uses the map coordinates to plot its course, so if we haven't explored an area, the swoop can't get the data to access it. I've entered all the details on how to use the swoop droid into the electronic journal on your datapad if you want to check them out later. I'll tell you whatever I can, though I don't know how much help it'll be. I understand why you want to know more about me. I kind of get the feeling we'll be spending a lot of time together over the next while. But this isn't really the best time for long introductions. We should stay focused on the task at hand. There'll be a time for that later. Everything I know about Malak is pretty much common knowledge. He escaped the trap that killed Darth Revan, his Sith master. With Revan's death, Malak became the new Dark Lord. It's obvious that Malak's a ruthless tyrant who'll crush anyone who stands in his way, just like Revan was. Experience has shown that the Sith won't stop until the Republic lies in ruins. Malak and his Sith don't respect anything except raw, brutal power. It's hard to imagine how someone who used to be a Jedi could become such a monster. Malak and Revan were once both part of the Jedi Order, but they were young and headstrong, and against the wishes of the Council, they went to battle the Mandalorians on the Outer Rim. Something happened out there. Something corrupted them and drew them over to the dark side. Or maybe there was something rotten inside them all along. I don't know. They formed an army of ex-Republic soldiers and Jedi who'd fallen to the dark side, with Revan at their head, until Revan was killed by Bastila's Jedi strike team. But even that didn't slow the Sith down. Malak just stepped in and assumed Revan's role. He took control of the Sith Armada and resumed the bloody conquest of the Outer Worlds. How can you say that? The Sith are butchers. Soldiers, civilians, they don't care who they kill, even children. Right now the Republic is the only thing keeping Malak's brutal fist from crushing the entire galaxy. And it won't be long until even the Republic falls to the Sith fleet. Well, I hope you're right. But the Republic hasn't been able to stop them so far, even with the support of the Jedi Council. I think Bastila may be the galaxy's last hope. Taris was once a magnificent planet-wide metropolis of towering skyscrapers, but that was a long time ago. The upper city where the rich citizens live is still pretty safe. If it wasn't for the Sith occupation and the planet-wide quarantine, it might not even be a bad place to live. But farther down, things have degenerated. The lower city is nothing but a slum overrun by swoop bike gangs, waging a never-ending war for control. And the undercity it's even worse. The lowest level of Taris is a wasteland overrun by rat ghouls, mindless, diseased mutants that attack on sight. I've already entered all this info into your datapad journal. Good idea. We can use this abandoned apartment as a base, and we can probably get some equipment and supplies here in the upper city. Just remember to keep a low profile. I've heard some grim stories about the Dark Jedi interrogation techniques. They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. It can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity. But I figure if we don't do anything stupid, we should be okay. After all, they're looking for Bastila, not a couple of grunts like us. All right, soldier, let's move out. You mean besides a chance to get off this planet before the Sith find you, do you have any idea what the Sith do to prisoners of war? Good. We're going to need to work together if we're going to survive. Oh, I get it. Never mind that the Sith will destroy the Republic and ravage the galaxy. You're only in this for the credits. Don't worry, the Republic pays its mercenaries well. You help me find Bastila, and they'll make it more than worth your while, I'm sure. Plus, it might be your only chance to get off Taris. Don't be a fool. You're not getting off this world without help. You can't hide here forever. Do you have any idea what will happen when the Sith find you? I don't, but Bastila's young, and she has a powerful command of the Force. We survived the crash landing, so I'm willing to bet that she may have too. Besides, what's the alternative? I mean, if she's dead, then no one can stop Malak and his Sith from wiping out the Republic, and I'd rather operate on the assumption that she survived. I don't think you understand the situation. Well, we can't hide on this planet forever. Eventually the Sith will find us, and trust me, you don't want that. Getting off this world isn't going to be easy. We're probably going to need Bastila's help. Not to mention that without her, the whole Republic war effort is doomed. I'm not surprised. You took a serious blow to the head. You're probably having all kinds of strange dreams. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Dantooine looks peaceful enough, but packs of Cath hounds roam these plains. We need to keep our guard up while we're out here. Patrol droids, they may be programmed to attack on sight. This morning's getting stranger by the minute. First Bastila comes out looking like she saw a ghost, and now you. Well, Bastila did mention that you should go to the council chambers before she left. It's no doubt urgent, so you shouldn't keep them waiting. No, she didn't. She didn't seem well, as I recall, and for that matter, neither do you. Are you all right? Well, I can't say I blame you. I haven't exactly been sleeping well myself. Here, I thought things would get better once we escaped Taris. You got it. They're waiting for you inside. No, I know. Don't worry about it. I must not be making much sense. I know that. I'm not angry at you. Don't think that. I must not be making much sense. You probably mean well with your questions. I'm just not accustomed to talking about my past very much. At all, actually. You're the one who wanted to know more about me. Well, this is it. This is what I am. I guess I did say you could ask me questions later, didn't I? Is this really necessary? No, I don't have a problem with it, really. Go ahead and interrogate me. Oh, well, if it's an interrogation you wanted, why didn't you say so? No, how can I resist a challenge to my manly pride, huh? Fine. You made your point. Interrogate it will. No, I was just joking, though you do seem to be full of questions. It's rather refreshing, to be honest. I don't get testy. I get angry. And if I was angry, you wouldn't have to ask me if I was, let me assure you. All my secrets are purely of the mundane variety, unfortunately. Nothing worth extracting, though you're welcome to try. Let me ask you something first, though. I've been going through the battle aboard the Endar Spire over and over in my head since we crashed. Some things just don't add up for me. Maybe you could tell me what happened, from your perspective. Look, it has nothing to do with you personally. I don't trust anyone, and I have my reasons. And no, I'm not going to discuss them, so can we just keep our mind on more important things? All right. You must be the most damn persistent woman I've ever met. All right. You're pretty damn tenacious. You know that? We'll talk about it, but later. Right now, I just want to get going. Good. Like I said before, I prefer action to talk anyway. You're probably one of the most skilled women I've ever met. You've saved my butt more than once, and I'm lucky to have you here to help me. No question. Is that your idea of an insult? Come on, sister, take your best shot. Oh, ouch. I think you hurt my man feelings with that one. Well, I guess I did. Feel better now? Good, well then maybe we can talk reasonably about this. Look, all I mean is that if you're smart, you won't trust anyone. Not me, not Bastila, and especially not yourself. And I don't need all these questions. What I do need is to try and save the galaxy, if that's even possible. Why is whether or not I trust you or anyone so damned important to you? Why do you even care? We don't have time for this, so can we please just drop it for now? Can we pick it up later if you really must? I want to get underway. It's not what I want. I have a duty, and I intend to see it through. The galaxy is in danger, and I want to save it. That's what I want. No, I don't want to talk about it. What I want is to save the galaxy, if that's even possible. I don't need to be analyzed, thanks. Can we just get back to business? Not all of us have the luxury of a choice. I'm conditioned this way. Sorry. I'd be more than happy to, but she's as closed-mouthed as the rest of the council. I'm hoping you'll be the one to enlighten me. I am not trying to provoke you or to imply that you're somehow responsible for the Jedi Council, but give me a hand here. There has to be a reason. No, I didn't mean that you weren't wanted or that I want to go. It's just... Damn it. Look, I didn't mean it that way. I want to get to Saul, not... No, forget it. It just seems that all I can do is insult you, isn't it? Just forget I said anything. Let's just get on with what we were doing. I just can't believe he's dead. You should have stopped him. You should have done something to prevent this. Oh, don't give me that innocent look. You can talk a hut out of his credits. You could have found a way. You could have saved him. He was my son. I wish we hadn't come. I wish I'd never found him. Yeah, I'm sorry, too. And I'm sorry I ever met you. No, I didn't mean that. Please, maybe it would be better if we just continued with the mission. I want to just take my mind off this. Saving the galaxy is what's important now. My son, I can mourn my son later when we're done, so let's just go. No, I did fail him, and so did you. I wish I'd never met you. No, if it did, I would never have met you. Is it? You seem just fine at pulling off the near impossible when you want to. I can't help but wonder if part of you didn't enjoy this. I thought we might be friends, but with you, who can tell? Is it? I find it hard to tell which side you're on sometimes. Still, not all the blame is yours. Most of it is mine. No, I see that. I don't know what I was expecting, telling you all I did. The blame is mostly mine for this anyway. Why didn't you want to? You knew how important finding Dustil was to me. You helped others. Why not him? Why not me? You could have, but you're only partly to blame. I'm to blame for all the rest. All the blame? No, part of the blame. No, part of the blame is yours. The rest is mine. If it was, you wouldn't have to ask, so don't worry about it. Oh, all business today, eh? Are those questions really necessary? I'm all ears, beautiful. Which, the fact that I'm all ears, or the beautiful part? Well, not really, just a habit. You have something you'd rather I call you by? Maybe I'm just avoiding your questions. Is this really necessary? Pretty snappy with the orders, are we? Okay, you got it, sir. Well, that's too bad then, because I'm not going to change. Well, I might be willing to take you up on that challenge, but you're just not going to let up, are you? Fine. You want to know why I don't trust anyone? Here goes. Listen, sister, just because we're working together doesn't mean you get to go badger me with constant questions. Blast it if you aren't the most frustrating woman to talk to. Isn't there someone else you can harass for a little while? What, me? What did I do? Oh, no, I'm not falling for that one. I wasn't born yesterday, you know. Okay, I give up. You win. Wait, I didn't mean it that way. Don't go, damn it. Look, I suppose I could use someone to talk to. I'm just not used to it, and I don't know why you're so interested, but here goes. Very cute. If you got any cuter, you'd pass for a Gamorrean sister. Look, I'm serious. No one seems to want to tell me anything, and it's starting to irritate me. Well, yeah, true enough, I guess, but damn it, I'm tired of nobody telling me anything. Well, damn it, I want to know why that is. I want some questions answered. Oh, I don't know if I like the sound of that. I don't know. What am I going to have to do for it? Oh, the usual. Well, that's not so hard. Let's get to it then, shall we? I really think that we should, just get going. I'm sorry. I'm glad things are better between us now, but we should go. So you do accept my apology? Good. I'm glad. You know, you aren't so bad to have around. You know that. Well, more than that, but anyway, we should be off. Right, off we go. She had courage, and she was stubborn. A little bit like you in that respect. Never talk her out of anything once she put her mind to it. I had nothing left after that, really. I devoted myself to the fleet. Hunting Saul was my only purpose. No, I didn't mean it that way. I'm not that bad, am I? Damn it, woman, if you keep hounding me, I'm going to put you over my knee and teach you a lesson. Oh, no, I'm not even going there, sister. You just wait. You'll get yours. At any rate, I wasn't ogling you. I've just been admiring you. Oh, you can tell, can you? Oh, yeah? Well, listen, beautiful, I don't need to take this abuse. I get enough female Jedi bashing from Bastila, thank you very much. Wouldn't you like to know? Just you wait, sister. And just what would you do if I wasn't? What? No, wait, don't answer that. I don't want to know. That is one bet I'm not about to take. Not a chance. Anyway, as fun as this is, I do have to talk to you about something serious. Really serious. Is this a good time? You think so? I could probably get the same kind of attention from a blaster rifle. Now that I'd like to see. Or would I? You've got my damn head on backwards, you know that? But no, wait, don't go. Not just yet. What? No, no, don't be crazy. Oh, no, you don't. I have to shoot you down first, and I'm not kidding. What? You must be joking. I'd be lucky not to get my eyeballs seared out of their sockets. Was there ever any doubt? That datapad, just take a look at it. I wonder if Dustil knows his friend was disposed of like that. If not, it might convince Dustil that what we're saying about the Sith is true, and it'd be worth a shot. What do you need? Not right now. I think this data pad we found is the evidence we need. We have to bring it to Dustil right away. No, what I want is to find something. Anything that will convince Dustil that we're telling the truth. Must be something in the Academy that we can bring to him. Something that would show him what the Sith really are. What do you need? Talk about what? The only thing I want to do right now is find Dustil. If he's alive, there's just nothing else I want to think about. I'll understand if we can't look for him right now, but if we could, it would be a huge load off my mind. Yes, what's on your mind? Taris? Well, the planet's all one big city, but its golden years are long past, and things have gotten worse since the Sith occupied it. From what I hear, the wealthy live on the tops of all the tall towers, and if you're poor, you live down in the shadows, and it gets worse the lower you go. That's all I can think of, at any rate. Dantooine's a boring place. It's all plains and herders and small settlements, perfect for the Jedi to lose themselves in, I guess. Manon's a neutral world. They're the only source of Kolto, the healing fluid, and they use that to remain free from both the Republic and the Sith. Tatooine's just a desert planet. I hear the mining isn't going so well. I bet the colony gets abandoned before long. Kashyyyk is covered by a giant forest, I hear, trees kilometers high. The Wookiees live in the higher branches, I think. Korriban's a desolate world and a Sith planet. There's only one small colony here, I'm pretty sure. I don't really know much about this place. Sorry. I think so. If he's anything like he used to be, Dustil hates to be tricked. There's no way he'll let the Sith trick him again. As for whether or not he'll be my son again, I don't know. He's so full of anger and hate. I wasn't expecting him to be like this. Well, maybe we can work it out. I hope so. I guess I'll have to wait and see. Thanks, by the way, for all your help. There's nothing to talk about. I failed my son, just as I failed my wife. I thought if I ever found him. Me? Well, I've been a star pilot for the Republic for years. Seen more than my share of wars. I fought in the Mandalorian Wars before all this started. But with all that, I've never experienced anything like the slaughter these Sith animals can unleash. Not even the Mandalorians were that senseless. My homeworld was one of the first planets to fall to Malak's fleet. The Sith bombed it into submission, and there wasn't a damn thing our Republic forces could do to stop them. It shouldn't be my fault. I did everything I could. I followed my orders and did my duty. That shouldn't mean I failed them. I didn't. Yeah, no, that's not what I mean. I'm sorry, I'm not making much sense, am I? I'm more used to taking action, keeping my mind focused on the business at hand. So let's just do that. If you have more questions, ask them later. I'm just a soldier. I go where the fleet admirals tell me to. I follow my orders and I do my duty. It's just... doesn't seem right that doing that means I failed them. I didn't. True. Bastila is as powerful as they say. She's the one who defeated Darth Revan, after all. I guess that no Jedi ability, no matter how powerful, makes up for being completely surprised and outmatched. We didn't choose that battle anyway. It got forced on us. Hell, I'm just as surprised that any of us are alive to talk about it. Come to think of it, it's more than a little surprising that you happen to be here, isn't it? Just what is your position with the Republic fleet anyway? Not at all. I just think it's a bit odd that someone who got added to the crew roster at the last minute just happens to be one of the survivors. Don't be ridiculous. You've more than proved yourself since the crash. We wouldn't have made it this far without you, but still. You were the only one. Not to mention that Bastila's party was the one who requested your transfer. No? Well, maybe. Don't get me wrong, it just seems odd that someone Bastila's party specifically requested to transfer aboard happens to survive. The Jedi requested numerous things when they came on board. Hell, they practically took over the ship as far as I could tell. Considering your connection to Bastila and the Jedi, whether you know it or not, your presence here seems a little convenient. I'm probably wrong, and this is probably nothing, I know. I learned a long time ago not to take things at face value, however, and I hate surprises. I have to expect the unexpected, just to be safe. I expect you're right. I've got no real reason to suspect you of anything. Still, it's better to be safe than sorry, right? I am working with you. I'd be a fool not to. I'd also be a fool not to expect the unexpected. I'm not trying to be paranoid. It's just that I learned a long time ago that something which looks like a coincidence probably isn't, especially when the Jedi are involved. A smuggler? I should have guessed. Now, isn't it odd, however, that a smuggler who was added to the crew at the last minute just happens to be alive? Well, that makes sense. Still, it seems a bit strange that someone who was a last-minute addition to the crew roster is one of the survivors. Hell no. Unless you consider that you were a last-minute addition to the crew roster and you just happened to be one of the survivors. I'm just trying to figure it out. I saw enough men lose their lives needlessly during the Mandalorian Wars. It's Difficult to see that happen all over again. We lost the ship and a lot of good people, and for what? On the hope that the Jedi powers would save us somehow? Not that Bastila had much of an opportunity to act. Neither was I, to tell the truth. I was on board as an advisor for the most part. The battle began so fast it's anyone's guess as to what actually happened. I knew you wouldn't understand where I was coming from. Let me try and explain. You got the skills of an elite commando, and you saved my butt more than once. Between that and your facility with languages, I'm lucky you're here. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop watching you being wary. I'm just not built that way. Period. Maybe so, but I've been betrayed before by people that, well, it just won't happen again, that's all. I don't know that you'll betray me, but there are no guarantees. Not for you, not for me. You don't have to take it personally. Hairless Wookiee. All right, sister, just calm down before your head explodes. Well, you can stop wondering. I'm not. Me. You shouldn't. If you're smart, you won't trust anyone. Not me, not Bastila, and especially not yourself. I don't remember ever saying anything about a traitor. All I mean is that if you're smart, you won't trust anyone. Not me, not Bastila, and especially not yourself. Yeah, well, you wouldn't be the first. Look, I don't expect you to be my friend. This is just the way I am. No need to take it personally. Look, I'm not trying to insult you. This is just the way I am. No need to take it personally. You haven't done anything yet, but there's no guarantee that you won't do anything in the future. I've been betrayed before by people, and it won't happen again. I don't know that yet. Like I said before, it's probably nothing, but I've been betrayed by people before, and it won't happen again. That's all. Oh, you want to argue some more, is that it? Can't say I've ever met a woman quite like you before. You're really something. So I've seen. If I were Malak, I'd be a bit nervous to have you on my tail. What does it matter that much? Why can't you just leave it be? And I don't want to argue with you either. I mean, you seem sincere enough, I guess. I just don't trust easily, and for good reasons, which are my own. Oh, damn it. I suppose I won't get any rest until I talk, will I? You want to know why I don't trust anyone? Fine. Here goes. 5 years ago, the Jedi had just finished the war with the Mandalorians. Revan and Malak were heroes. I was damn proud to have served in their fleet. It was completely unexpected when they turned on us, invading the Republic while we were still weak. Nobody knew what to think, least of all me. Our heroes had become brutal, conquering Sith, and we were all but helpless before them. I mean, think about it. If you can't even trust the best of the Jedi, who can you trust? It's not that. That's not what I mean. There were others, good, solid, trusted men who joined them. Of course the Jedi turned to the dark side. There were others, however, who weren't Jedi, good men, trusted men who joined them. No, it wasn't even that. There were others, good, solid men, trusted men who turned on us as well and joined their cause. Malak and Revan and the Sith deserve to die for what they've done, but the ones who fled the Republic and joined them are even worse. The dark side has nothing to do with why they joined with the Sith. They deserve no mercy. I know, and I should apologize to you. I've become so accustomed to expecting the worst in others, and you've done nothing to deserve that. It's just... Oh, never mind. Let's just continue with what we were doing. I'd rather not talk about it. I thought I said I don't want to talk about it anymore. Not particularly. I guess it wouldn't hurt exactly either, though I don't know why you're so interested. Cute. Nice to know you're so full of concern. Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt, though. I don't know why you're so interested. I suppose you're right. Fine, then. But I don't know why you're so interested, but here goes. When I think of all the men who betrayed us, the one that stands out above all of them is the one that I respected the most. Saul. You don't. I thought everyone did. But Admiral Saul Carth is the commander of the entire Sith fleet. He's half the reason Malak has done so well in the war. Saul was my commanding officer back when the Mandalorian Wars first began. He taught me everything about being a soldier, and I looked up to him. Saul approached me before he left. He talked to me about how the Republic was on the losing side and about how I should start thinking of my survival. I know now that he was trying to recruit me into the Sith, but I couldn't have conceived of it back then. I argued with him and he got angry and he left. I never saw him again. Saul was my mentor. He led us to so many victories against the Mandalorians, even when things looked to be at their worst. I couldn't conceive of it. He couldn't be serious. I was wrong, of course. He not only left us for the Sith, he gave them the codes to bypass our scanners. I remember waking up as the first of the Sith bombers snuck past our defenses and began destroying half of our docked ships. I knew right away what had happened. I could have stopped him. I could have stopped it all. I blame Saul, not myself. I was stupid and I ignored the danger. He nearly destroyed us all. I don't know, maybe. He might have killed me if I tried, or I might have killed him. I was stupid, however, and I let him go. Don't even start with that. I don't feel sorry for myself. I feel angry at Saul and all those others. It's all I can think about sometimes. I fought Saul for years now, and if I ever catch up to him, he will regret what he's done. He will regret it. No, it's not. But I don't want to talk about it right now. Let's go. Have I been quiet? Suppose I have. I guess I just don't like being left out of the loop. Left out of the loop, not being told anything, strung along. It's really starting to irritate me. For one thing, I want to know what the Jedi Council said to you. They pulled you in there and refused to tell me a thing about it. I respect you, Bastila, but you've been as closed-mouthed as the rest of the Council. If you won't talk to me, then maybe somebody else will. I'm rather curious to know what went on, and why they didn't keep you on Dantooine for training. Isn't that strange? I may not know much about the Jedi, but I do know they aren't famous for taking on old Padawans and sending them on dangerous assignments. A bond? What kind of bond? You mean to say that they told you that you were tied to Bastila in some way? I have trouble believing that. You're a neophyte Padawan who's been saddled with the responsibility of tracking down these star maps. Why, that's not normal. Well, I'll tell you this much, I'm not going to wait around until I'm betrayed again. Yeah, we'll just see about that, won't we? Nothing, not yet. You just better hope I don't get a reason to. Fine, you got it. Conversation over. And what does that mean? Is this more of that destiny garbage that the Jedi keep talking about? Well, that can't be it. I've been watching you. You can be cruel and impulsive, a Jedi without self-control or training, and yet the Council sends you on your way. Why? That is completely beside the point. The Jedi encouraged you to stay with us, and I don't believe the reasons they gave. None of my business. I'm sorry, aren't I a part of this mission? I mean, the Jedi may be in charge, but I'm risking all the same things you are. Are we? Well then, why then does it seem like the Jedi know everything and leave the rest of us out in the cold? Huh? You can be sick of whatever you like. What I'm sick of is being kept in the dark. And why is that? You were a great help on Taris, but why would they keep you with us? Don't they have to train you? No? Well, you certainly aren't helping matters any either, and it's really starting to irritate me. Listen, sister, I don't remember reading anywhere that it's a requirement that you remain with us after we left Taris, yet here you are. You want to be smart, do you? Fine, so long as I get some questions answered. Well, I'm not very good at this. I know I owe you an apology. More than one, probably. I was just so desperate to finally face Saul directly in the battle over Taris. And now the Jedi have us looking for these star maps. I know this mission is important. It's just, I feel a bit useless. I mean, I can fight, sure, but I'm no Jedi. All this feels completely out of my league. It doesn't, I know. It's been a while since I've even had to think about that sort of thing. I just hate not knowing what's going on and feeling this helpless. But I shouldn't have taken that out on you. I've been a royal pain in the backside, haven't I? I guess there's no harm done then. Still, I should know better by now. So, I'm sorry. Will you accept my apology? Done. Let's get underway then, shall we, partner? Don't drown me in sentiment already. Fair enough. Let's move on. Well, I guess I should be at least a little pleased that I haven't lost my touch. No, I do worry about it. I've traveled the lanes more than once. I should know better than this. Because this is more important. This may really finally make a difference. I suppose even if I can't figure out everything that's going on, I still want to help if I can. You don't exactly pull any punches, do you? Not that I don't deserve it, I suppose. I already told you, he betrayed us all. Well, there is more to it. I'm sure you don't want to hear about it. It's just that I don't talk about it very much, okay? I told you about my homeworld, Telos. 4 years ago, Saul led the Sith fleet there and demanded its surrender. The planet refused, and Saul proceeded to devastate its entire surface. Millions died. I had a wife and a son on Telos. I thought they would be safe there, but my task force arrived too late to be of much help. We didn't have enough medical supplies. The colony was burning and the dying were everywhere. I remember holding my wife and screaming for the medics, but they didn't come in time. Of course not, how could you? I had nothing left after that, really. I devoted myself to the fleet. Hunting Saul was my only purpose. I miss them, and I know killing Saul won't bring them back. And it won't make me happy again, but I have to do it. I don't expect you to understand, but I have to pay him back for what he's done. I have to. It's all I have left. Oh, it's all right, I don't mind. You deserve some kind of, explanation. I've, never talked about it before to anyone. Suppose it's time I finally did. His name was Dustle, and I don't know what happened to him. The colony was a complete ruin, and we never found any trace of him. I made inquiries and followed the reports from Telos for years, but I stopped. Anyway, I hope that answers your questions. Let's continue with what we were doing. Anyway, that's the story, for what it's worth. She had courage, and she was stubborn. Could never talk her out of anything once she put her mind to it. And she hated it when I signed back onto the fleet at the start of the war. I had planned on leaving soon to join her. Yes, I can't forgive Saul for this. He took everything from me, even my trust. I hope you can understand that. Gotten over it. Look, my family was everything to me. Once they were gone, I had nothing. Hunting Saul became my only purpose. To think that I once looked up to these two as the best that humanity had to offer. Now I'd like nothing more than to put a blaster to both their heads. Although I suppose that only Malik is left, isn't he? Turned on his own master. Not that Revan didn't have it coming. Typical for their kind, I guess. No, not personally. But they aided the Republic during the Mandalorian Wars. They were heroes. Without them, the Mandalorians would have finished us for certain. In the fleet, we didn't see much of the Jedi, and I only met Malik once, but I was impressed by him. I guess that just shows how much the dark side can change someone. I used to think that it was a fancy name for something that I see every day. Corruption is everywhere. People are greedy and stupid and do horrible things. I'm starting to think it's different for the Jedi, however. That there's this evil watching them, waiting for its chance. I've been watching you. You have this, incredible darkness inside you. Some of the things you do disturb me. It's not just you. It's Bastila as well. She's so intense. And I don't pretend to know much about the Force, but I know evil. No, of course not. All I'm saying is that when you have so much power, the stakes are higher. I can only imagine the kind of conflict that goes on inside you. Well, neither you nor Bastila are fully trained on how to handle your power. I'm just concerned at what might come. Oh, and that's not what I wouldn't want to see you hurt, either of you. Well, I suppose finding the star maps is more important than your training and your safety. I just hope there isn't a price for you to pay. I know that, and Bastila says the same thing. You're both incredible women. I'm just not sure this is the kind of thing that you can defeat. Well, I didn't mean to... Fine. I suppose I shouldn't stick my nose where it doesn't belong. I'll leave you be. No? I know how people change. I remember how Malik looked and acted before his return. And I bet the old Malik discounted the possibility that he would ever fall as well. That's a frightening thought. I hope you're right. You have so much courage and strength in you, yet somehow I have no trouble imagining it differently, like the flip side of a coin. Nobody does. When they left after the Mandalorian Wars ended, they were Jedi. When they returned, they were something else. Well, when they returned from wherever they went, they had an entire fleet with them. Nobody knows where they got the ships. They had a lot of them. And as the years have passed, there always seems to be more and more, while our forces dwindle. Did they really get away with it, though? Revan was betrayed by Malik, and Malik hasn't won. In the end, the dark side won't help him. Oh, it's nothing, sorry. No, I told you my wife died 4 years ago. I've just been trying to remember what she looked like. It shouldn't be so difficult. I can remember things about her, things she did, the way she smiled, what her hair smelled like. Our last fight, just not her face. I try and hold it in my head, but it's gone. I know, is that strange? Maybe I shouldn't be talking to you about this. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have mentioned it, even if you asked. I just find you, I don't know, easy to talk to. But I should be able to remember her face. It's frustrating. I feel like I'm losing her. It must look really strange for me to be obsessing like this still. You must think I'm incredibly stupid. Well, I suppose you're probably right, but I have to do it anyway. The only thing that's kept me going since she died has been the need to find Saul and kill him. It's better to think about that than anything else. If I can do that, then maybe I can let her go. Let it all go. If we encounter Saul, if we ever have the chance, promise me that I'll be the one to kill him. I have to settle this. I need to. Thank you. I guess there's really nothing else to say. Whether it does or not, that's the way it has to be. I guess there's no need to discuss it until then. Maybe. It can't be worse than what I tell myself sometimes. She isn't a ghost to me. I still remember holding her as she died, and I doubt I'll forget until I've paid Saul back in kind. That's all I have left, finding Saul and killing the scum. But don't worry, I won't waste any more time until then. That's a damn mean thing to say. I wasn't ready for her to go, and I can't accept it, all right? Moping? I'm not moping. Okay, fine. Maybe I'm moping a little, but you're very pushy. You know that? You mean if I kill him? Well, I never thought about it. I suppose I always assumed that I would be dead once Saul was. Understand that whenever I envisioned taking on Saul in the past, it was always as the captain of my own ship, or alone. In those cases, I would risk everything. But I'm not in the same situation now. I wouldn't risk hurting you or the others. You don't think I would throw away everything we're doing here, do you? I would like to think that I wouldn't put you in danger, that I wouldn't forget that there's more behind Saul that needs to be stopped. If I saw Saul, however, if I had the chance, I don't know what I'd do. I really don't. I mean, his death has been my entire focus for so long. Well, that's easier said than done, but I know you mean well. I promise you I'll see this through, no matter what. As for what comes afterward, well, let's wait until I know that I'm around to see it. I know, I'll see this through. I promise you that, no matter what. But maybe it's best I did. I have to see this through, and I will, to the end. I promise you that, no matter what. Of course it means something to me. The Sith have to be stopped. You think it doesn't matter to me that everyone on Taris is dead? That the Republic is in danger? Well, it's never occurred to me. I've always been the captain of my own ship, after all, or thought about going after Saul on my own. Oh, well, I hadn't thought you'd notice. Well, I've just been admiring you. Not anything like that, though. No, I've been watching you in action, your skills. You have a natural talent that is incredible. Not that all I do is watch you or anything. I didn't mean anything by it. Why didn't you tell me that sooner? You would have saved me a lot of trouble. I will say one thing, however. We've come a long way with your help, whether it's the Force or fate or just dumb luck. I'm glad you're here. We probably would never have made it this far without you. I should have said this long before instead of doubting you, but I hope you can forgive me. Well, I guess I'm a proud man. I don't admit things like this easily. Because you're an impressive and beautiful woman. In some ways, good ways. You remind me of my wife, and I'd like to make things right between us. Thank you. Let's get back to what we were doing. And you accepted it, but that doesn't mean I'm forgiven. I'd like to be. What do you mean? What am I supposed to say? I was wrong. I was a stubborn fool. Look, I have trouble admitting it when a beautiful woman has my number, okay? I'll take that as a yes. I'm glad that's settled. Shall we get back to what we were doing? Sorry, didn't mean to embarrass you. I'll stop. Oh, maybe a few, but I hope you won't mind if I keep those to myself. Oh, right. I'll just pay attention to what I'm doing. I do. It's serious, though. I need your attention. Is this a good time? All right. I'm concerned about you. I've been keeping these thoughts to myself mostly, but I think it's time I say something. It's about you. I'm worried about what you're doing to yourself, how much you've succumbed to violence and anger. I knew it was possible for this to happen to you, and it just pains me to see it. I've been down this path, and I don't recommend it. It's about you. I'm worried about what might happen to you. You have a lot of courage, and the fact that you've remained strong is amazing, but there's even greater danger ahead. I think you might be setting yourself up for a fall. Maybe at the urging of the Jedi, I don't know. But you're definitely going to become a target. If I'm going to find some purpose beyond taking revenge on Saul, then it's going to have to be in protecting you. I don't know why, but I think some terrible fate is waiting for you. I think the Jedi Council knows it, too, and I don't want that to come to pass. That's where I think you're wrong. You can't do this on your own. Nobody could. I don't know. I'm not the best of men, and I'm not the strongest fighter there is, but I'll find a way. I know there's going to come a day when you look in the mirror and wonder how you ever got to become what you are. And by then, it'll be too late. Don't chalk it up to my paranoia just yet. Something isn't right. Now, I blamed it on you before, but I think the Jedi didn't tell us everything. If I'm going to live past Saul, I need you to as well. Let me protect you from yourself, from the Sith. You have to let me try. Because I never got the chance to save my wife and son. Because I didn't stop Saul when I had the chance. Because I finally have the chance to do it right. You are an extraordinary woman. You make me think that maybe I might have some purpose beyond revenge. I don't know whether it means anything to you, but it does to me. I'm glad to hear that. I'll do my best. I guess I have no other choice. I will still help you if I can, but I guess you're on your own. If that's the way you want it, I hope things go well. Let's get back to what we were doing. All right, we'll talk later then. If you're ready to talk, then yes, so am I. I can't hate you. I tried. I wanted to hold you responsible for all the things you've done for my wife, for Telos, for Dustil. But I can't. I got the revenge I always wanted when Saul died, but it hasn't brought me the peace that I thought it would. All I can think of now is the promise that I made to protect you from what's going to come. It's given me a reason to look past simple revenge. You have a darkness inside you that must be Revan. But there's more to you as well. I see it. I know it's there. Despite whatever part of Revan is inside you, the darkness that must surely be there, it isn't who you are. That's why I can't hate you, why I don't want any more revenge. You don't have to be Revan. You can be so much more. Whatever the Jedi did to you, they gave you that chance. You have this huge destiny waiting for you, and I just fear that if you're alone, it could swallow you whole. I mean, is there room in there for me? Will you let me help you? Whatever's happened up until this point, there's going to come a time very soon where you're going to have to make a choice, and there won't be any turning back. I want you to make the right choice. I want to give you a reason to. Well, then I hope I can save you from yourself. You gave me a future. I want to give you a future, too, with me. I think I could love you if you give me the chance. Well, then I'm glad. Let's face the future together, and there's still a lot to do. Neither do I. But does it really matter if we love each other? I think I would be hurt worse if I didn't try. Oh, I had hoped that there might be. I don't blame you. You're not the same woman I met on Taris anymore, are you? Well, thank you for your honesty. I still intend to see this through to the end, whatever happens. Malak needs to be stopped. And you'll make the decision you have to, and we'll have to deal with that day when it comes. Maybe you shouldn't. I would hope that my standing by you would mean something to you, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe it just can't. You got it. I'm not really sure. But you can figure it out on your own, can't you? Sorry, can't be much help with that. All I've been trying to say is this isn't personal. If you were smart, you wouldn't trust anyone either. Not me, not Bastila, and especially not yourself. Wouldn't think of it. Feel better now? Well, there's more to the story, I guess. I didn't want to, maybe. Are you so sure you would have? With good reason. Admiral Saul Carth is the commander of the entire Sith fleet. He's half the reason Malak has done so well in the war. Is there something else you'd prefer I called you? A little bit touchy, are we? Is there something else you'd prefer I called you? Don't get yourself in a twist over it, gorgeous. I didn't mean anything by it. Oh, for crying out... Fine. If it'll make you feel better, you call me something. Go ahead. Come on. I can take it. What, are you afraid you'll hurt my feelings? Come on, spit it out. You can do it. Is that it? You can do better than that. Ouch. That is better. Well, I bet beautiful doesn't sound so bad in comparison now, does it? Stubborn as ever. Okay, you got me. I bet you have your heart set on those questions. Are they really necessary? Guilty as charged. I bet you still have those questions in mind, though. Are they really necessary? I might consider it, but what are you going to call me in exchange? I like the first part of that. I'm a bit more partial to the most handsome pilot in the galaxy. What do you think? Well, then I guess gorgeous will just have to do until then, won't it? No, but kidding aside, I bet you're not about to give up on those questions of yours. Are they really necessary? You do? Oh, fair enough. What do you want to discuss? I'm sorry, Dustil. I did all I could, and I failed you. Admiral Carth taught me everything I know about being a soldier. He was a legend in the Republic fleet, and a hero to me until he betrayed us. When the Sith attacked my homeworld, the Leviathan, which is Saul Carth's flagship, was at the head of the fleet. My family was destroyed that day, and my wife died in the Sith bombardment. I'm not going to do anything stupid. I won't throw our lives away in some mad quest for vengeance, but if I get a chance to kill Saul during our escape, nobody better get in my way. And I'll admit, it won't be easy. Saul's no fool, and he won't underestimate us either. You can count on plenty of guards watching every move we make. Well, if we're going to pick someone to save our skins, we better do it quick. In another minute, we're going to have Sith troops marching up our loading ramp. Hold on, they're dragging us into the docking bridge. Well, the droid's right. If we disable him, the Sith will probably wipe his memory chips and take him to the junk pile. But if we can rig a backup memory chip with a timer, when it kicks in, the little fellow will be reactivated and he can come find us. Well, that's a risk we might have to take, unless you can come up with a better plan to get us out of this. We ran into Malik. He would have killed us, but Bastila sacrificed herself so we could get away.
You mean she's dead?
Wait, not so fast. I need to know if what Malik said about you was true or not first. You can't be, can you? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised by your attitude now that I know who you really are, Revan. Not so fast. We've got a bigger issue to deal with here. They deserve to know the truth about you. Do you want to tell them what Malik said, or should I? No, it's no joke. The Jedi Council captured Revan and erased the Dark Lord's mind, programming in a new identity. Saul Carth told me on the Leviathan, and Bastila confirmed it. Of course it still matters. How do we know more memories won't come flooding back? How do we know Revan won't suddenly turn on us? I have been such a fool. I swore to protect you, and here you were the enemy all this time. But you're the one responsible for the death of my wife, the destruction of my homeworld. You destroyed my life. How could I have been such a fool? How could I have not known? How could you betray me like this? You should have known. I should have figured it out. I just can't. Was everything a lie then? Everything that we talked about? Are you sure? I'm not sure what to believe anymore. Who's to say that your old life won't come back? All of it. That's what I feared. Who's to say your old life won't come back? Everything that you felt and thought, all of it. This isn't a joke. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you, about the way you felt. Was the woman we knew Revan, or someone else? Will you change into Revan? How can any of us trust you? Get over it. Yeah, I can get over it. Should have figured out earlier that you weren't what you seemed. That's my fault. Do you think everyone else is going to be so quick to get over it? You think they're going to follow a Sith Lord? But it is true. It's horribly true. It was you. You killed my wife. You ravaged my world. You destroyed my life. Doesn't matter who's to blame. You're still the one who did it. You killed my wife. You betrayed everything that I believed in. You destroyed my life. Oh, it changes everything. It was you. You were the one that attacked my world. You were the one that destroyed my life. The whole time we've been chasing after Malik, we've had his old Sith master right at our side, listening to our secrets, hearing our plans. I don't know if I can get over it that easily, Mission. I mean, after all Revan did, how could any of us forgive her? How can you say that, Mission? The Sith bombed my homeworld, Revan took away my family, and destroyed my life. Well, the others seem to trust you, and I don't see any other way that we can stop the Sith. And I suppose that Malik is the real enemy here. I really don't have any other choice, do I? I want to believe you. You've proven yourself time and time again during our mission, but this is a little much for me to wrap my mind around. This must be even more of a shock to you. I don't know how you even keep going. I guess we both just have to find a way to push forward. Don't worry about me. I'm a soldier. I can put aside my misgivings for now. We can talk later, you and I. Just give me time. I see. Well, I guess that answers a lot of my questions about who you really are. Don't worry. I won't let my personal feelings get in the way of my assignments or this mission, but don't forget, I've sworn an oath to defend the Republic. As long as this mission stays on course, I'll stick with you, but I won't let you betray the Republic under any circumstances. So I guess that's it then. We keep going. We've still got one more star map to uncover if we're going to find that Starforge and save Bastila, so let's do it before it's too late. I don't know, maybe I just need time to, think about it. The others seem to trust you, and we need you to stop the Sith. And I suppose Malik is the real enemy here. But I don't have much choice but to go along with this for now, do I? It, all makes sense now, Revan. I've watched you. I've seen your cruelty. I've seen your dark side. And now this. I don't know if I can trust you. Can any of us? I suppose you've proven yourself to be a friend of the Republic by your actions so far, Revan. But can I trust you? Can any of us? And so the lies began. It was obvious you remembered something back there when Malik confronted you with the truth. Might have only been small pieces, but there was something there. Threats? You can't bully me, though I shouldn't be surprised now that I know who you really are, Revan. Malik won't kill her. I think he'll want to use her battle meditation against the Republic. He'll keep her alive so he can turn her to the dark side. Let's get out of here before they close those docking bay doors. You're back. But where's Bastila? Is she alive? What happened inside that temple? But there's still hope for her, right? I mean, Revan rejected the dark side, so Bastila could too, right? We still might be able to save her. Decide what? So you did it. You turned against Revan once and for all. I knew she wasn't part of you anymore. I knew it. I told you that you would have to make a choice eventually, that you would be tested. I think that was it. I can feel it. And you did exactly what I'd hoped you would. It couldn't have been easy. I'm very proud of you. I'm sure she did. I can't say that any one of us wouldn't have been tempted. I know, but I can't blame Bastila for being turned, however. She's just so young and doesn't deserve this kind of fate. Always. I'm not certain any one of us wouldn't have been tempted by Bastila's offer. I love you. I can't wait until all this is over with. Right, sorry. I can't remember the last time I felt this happy. I can't wait until the Starforge is destroyed. I feel more confident now than I ever did before. The Force is with us, mission. Okay, let's get moving. The longer we wait, the harder this is going to be. No doubt. Let's go then before she has time to organize a bigger welcoming committee. Dad, I can't believe it. Hold on a second. What about Bastila? Wasn't she in the temple? What happened? Bastila, you're alive. I was worried about you for a minute that I was sure we'd never see you again once Malak got it. Wait a minute. Where are Juhani and Jolie Bindo? Are they okay? What happened inside that temple? What? What are you talking about? No, you can't mean that. This isn't you. You're not Revan, I know it. You've got to resist it. This isn't you talking. We can help you. We can find a way to... Never. You're not the woman I love. We'll stop you if we have to. All of us. I refuse to believe that. We'll stop you if we have to. All of us. We'll save you from yourself. No, we serve the Republic. You're no better than Malak. We'll never swear allegiance to one who serves the dark side. You don't have to help the Sith mission. Not while I'm here. I won't let you do this to yourself. I love you, no matter what. Run for it, mission. Get to the jungle. Go! Go! Run for it, mission. Get to the jungle. Go! Go! Where's Jolie Bindo? Is he okay? What happened inside that temple? That disruptor field fried our stabilizers. We're lucky we made it down in one piece. But if I can't find the salvage to make repairs, I won't even be able to get the Ebon Hawk airborne again. Even if we get the stabilizers fixed, we have to find and disable the source of that disruptor field before we can take off. Otherwise, we'll just end up crashing again. You're right. That Sith fleet we saw must have some type of protection against the disruptor field. We have to find a way to disable it, or the Republic will be slaughtered. We haven't forgotten about her, but we can't do her much good stuck down here. We have to help ourselves before we can help her. Well, if Bastila's on the Starforge like you think, Jolie, then we can't rescue her until we disable that disruptor field. The sooner we investigate that temple to the east, the better. We can probably find the wreckage of a downed ship along the way. And if we're lucky, we can salvage some stabilizers from it to get off this planet. Well, so do I, mission. So do I. The stabilizers won't do much good if we don't disable that disruptor field first. Otherwise, we'll end up crashing back down to the planet's surface again, and this time, we might not survive. Good idea. If that temple's generating power, it probably has something to do with that disruptor field. They must have some kind of protection against it, but the Republic fleet won't. We have to find a way to disable that disruptor field, or the Sith will slaughter them. Hey, where are you going? We can't leave the planet yet. Remember those wrecked ships we saw? We need to salvage some new stabilizers, or the Ebon Hawk won't even be able to get off the ground. Until we get inside that temple and find some way to disable that disruptor field, the Ebon Hawk is grounded. You're back, but where's Bastila? Is she alive? What happened inside that temple? The dark side? Bastila? No, how could that happen? But there's still hope for her, right? I mean, Revan rejected the dark side, so Bastila could too, right? We still might be able to save her. Decide what? So you did it. You turned against Revan once and for all. I knew she wasn't part of you anymore. I knew it. I told you that you would have to make a choice eventually, that you would be tested. I think that was it. I can feel it. And you did exactly what I'd hoped you would. It couldn't have been easy. I'm very proud of you. I'm sure she did. I can't say that any of us wouldn't have been tempted. I know. I can't blame Bastila for being turned, however. She's just so young and doesn't deserve this kind of fate. Always. I'm not certain any of us wouldn't have been tempted by Bastila's offer. I love you, and I can't wait till all of this is over with. Right. Sorry. I can't remember the last time I felt this happy. I can't wait until the Starforge is destroyed. I feel more confident now than I ever did before. The Force is with us, mission. Okay, let's get moving. The longer we wait, the harder this is going to be. No doubt. But let's go then before she has time to organize a bigger welcoming committee. Dead? I can't believe it. Hold on a second. What about Bastila? Wasn't she in the temple? What happened? Bastila, you're alive. I was worried about you. For a minute there, I was sure that we'd never see you again once Malak got his... Wait a minute. Where are Juhani and Jolie Bindo? Are they okay? What happened inside that temple? What? Wait, what are you talking about? No, you can't mean that. This isn't you. You're not Revan. I know it. You've got to resist it. This isn't you talking. We can help you. We can find a way to... No, never. You're not the woman I love. We'll stop you if we have to. All of us. I refuse to believe that. We'll stop you if we have to. All of us. We'll save you from yourselves. Wait, what? No. We serve the Republic. You are no better than Malak. We'll never swear allegiance to one who serves the dark side. You don't have to help the Sith mission. Not while I'm here. I see now it was a mistake to let you go into that temple. I, of all people, should have seen this coming. First saw Carth, and now you. I should be an expert on betrayal by now. No, but nothing you can say or do can make me betray the Republic. I won't join you, and I won't just stand aside and let you become ruler of the Sith again, Revan. I'm gonna find a way to save you. I swear. I won't give up on you, no matter what. Run for admission. Go, go! Where's Jolie Bindo? Is he okay? What happened inside that temple? That disruptor field fried our stabilizers. We're lucky we made it down in one piece. If we can't find the salvage to make repairs, I want to be able to get the Ebon Hawk airborne again. Even if we get the stabilizers fixed, we're going to have to find and disable the source of that disruptor field before we can take off. Otherwise, we'll just end up crashing again. You're right. That Sith fleet we saw must have some type of protection against the disruptor field. We have to find a way to disable it, or the Republic will be slaughtered. We haven't forgotten about her, but we can't do her much good stuck down here. We have to help ourselves before we can help her. Well, if Bastila's on the Starforge like you think, Jolie, then we can't rescue her until we disable that disruptor field. And the sooner we investigate that temple to the east, the better. We can probably find the wreckage of a downed ship along the way. And if we're lucky, we can salvage some stabilizers from it to get off this planet. So do I, Mission. So do I. The stabilizers won't do much good if we don't disable that disruptor field first. Otherwise, we'll end up crashing back down on the planet's surface again, and this time, we might not survive. Good idea. If that temple's generating power, it probably has something to do with that disruptor field. They must have some kind of protection against it, but the Republic fleet won't, and we're gonna have to find a way to disable that disruptor field, or the Sith will slaughter them. Hey, where are you going? We can't leave the planet yet. Remember all those wrecked ships we saw? We need to salvage some new stabilizers, or the Ebon Hawk won't even be able to get off the ground. Until we get inside that temple and find some way to disable that disruptor field, the Ebon Hawk is grounded. It's done. Bastila's dead. Soon the Republic fleet will break through and the capital ships will be able to bombard the Starforge. Then it'll finally be over. There's no point. There's no other place I'd rather be than here. You know that can't happen. There's no turning back for you. There's just an ending. It's the only way. The only alternative is a path I know you don't want to take. You're very brave to make the decision you did. I love you. You know that, right? There isn't much time. It should be over soon. This is all the time we have. It should all be over soon. We have to kill her. Her battle meditation is the only thing stopping the fleet from getting through. There you are. What happened? That's great news. I knew you could do it. I don't think that anyone actually expected that he could be redeemed. Surprised you'd even think of trying. Hey, I was doing what I could, thank you very much. No time to celebrate just yet. With Bastila dead, the Republic has broken through the Sith fleet. The capital ships are in bombardment range. And that means we all have to get out of here right now before this entire complex comes down around our ears. Everyone else is already on the ship. Let's move. So you killed Darth Malak. Somehow I always knew you would. The Republic fleet picked me up from the planet, and I told them of your betrayal. But I also told them that I couldn't abandon you. I had to come. I said I'd find a way to save you from yourself, and I will. I don't believe that, and I don't think you do either. And abandon you? No, I couldn't have done that. All you have to do is listen to me. That's all I ask. Don't interfere, Bastila. This is between me and Revan. I love you. Even now, even after all you've done. I love you like I haven't loved anyone or anything since my wife died, and I didn't even think that was possible. You may not love me. You may not love anything anymore now that you've gone over to the dark side, but I believe that there's still some part of you that I can reach. There is a part of you that believes in hope and mercy and love, and that part knows that it will soon be gone forever. No, it's too late for that, and it's too late for you to turn back, but you can end this here. There's still time for one final act of redemption. Kill Bastila. Without her battle meditation, the Republic fleet can destroy the Starforge and rid the galaxy of this evil. Stay here on the Starforge with me. We won't have time to get off before the Starforge is destroyed, not if you stop Bastila, but our sacrifice can save the Republic. If you don't, all you have is emptiness and darkness. You don't want that. Please don't want that. Stay. Let's end this now, together. I know, it's too late to turn back, but you can end this here. There's still time for one final act of redemption. I wish there could have been another way. You asked for this! Time to rumble! You asked for this! Down you go! Let's go! Ah! On it. Ha! How'd you like that? Oh, that one's taken care of. Damn! Ow! Oof! One nasty surprise. Check. Can't take much more of this. Let me try treating that. Damn, I feel sick. Okay, let's stick together. Uh-huh. What? Ready? It's open. Hang back here for a minute. I'm keeping my eyes open. Time to stay out of sight. I'm not making a dent!